I would take each and every one of these dwarves over an army from the Iron Hills.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
More will come.
And droves of hundreds and thousands!
Tens of thousands.
But, my lord, there is no such force.
Well, I see them. I see 50,000 men.
50,000 Romans watching every movement of your sword.
For when I called upon them, they answered. Loyalty, honor, a willing heart. I can ask no more than that.
Then listen to me. Learn from me. Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom.
I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
There are those who said this day would never come. What are they to say now?
Hello there, everyone. It's your pal NOMZ here, and wouldn't you know it, we hit 50,000 subscribers on this channel. I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thank you all for subscribing and watching the videos, enjoying them, and supporting the channel. Really means the world, and you guys are the reason I do this after all. I mean, without you, I'd just be some angry Aussie guy yelling into the void. Oh, who am I kidding? I'd still probably be some angry Aussie yelling into the void. But it's nice to know that there are people out there who listen. Anyway, I thought this might be a good time to give some kind of a channel update for you guys, as well as let you know what's going on and what's coming. So here we go. Firstly, as you know, if you've watched some of my more recent videos, that the channel's had issues with demonetization, and for those of you unfamiliar with that, what demonetization basically is the YouTube devil, so to speak. Not because it prevents the channel from making revenue, understand, although there is that, but because demonetization basically means that YouTube essentially hates the video, which means YouTube doesn't want to profit off it, and so YouTube removes the video from being recommended and the viewership plummets. Basically a form of censorship for the wrong type of content. And now I can't even say one of my favorite four-letter words, a word endorsed by the Aussie Bible itself, all because of those fucking shit see you next Tuesdays. Anyway, several of you suggested I should look into other platforms for my content to avoid potentially getting deplatformed by the increasingly butthurt bitch tard that is YouTube. Well, truth of the matter is, I already have. Fact is, I just don't advertise it as much as I probably should. I'm proud to say that Anomaly Inc. can be found on BitChute and Odyssey, so if you want to support me as well as other platforms that aren't YouTube, I've linked them in the description below. And note, this is quite important, the way things are going. Who knows how much worse YouTube is going to get? I mean, in the past year, they've removed dislikes and tightened up their monetization guidelines, which I'm starting to feel the effects of. So who knows how far they are willing to go in the coming months and years. But I suppose time will tell. So yeah, if you're a fan of the channel, definitely check out Odyssey and BitChute. I've left links to my channels on both those platforms in the description. Now moving on, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the channel's Discord server. It's where we chat and discuss various topics like Marvel, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, comics, video games, etc, etc. So if you're a fan of the channel, I'd highly advise checking it out and getting to know the community. Maybe you'll end up making some friends and having a good time. Also, it'll help keep you in the loop with what's happening with the channel, as well as new videos and updates. Also, on that note, just a quick reminder if you haven't already, notifications are dog shit, I know, but if you want to stay up to date for when videos are posted, make sure you click the bell icon and pray YouTube actually notifies you because, well, you know how incompetent they can be. But anyway, moving on, I just thought I'd thank the channel's Patreon supporters and YouTube members for all of their contributions to the channel. Patreon and YouTube memberships go a long way in helping out creators like myself, so yeah, a big shout out and thank you to all of those people. And if you'd like to support the channel by those means, I've left links in the description as well. Now that brings me to a bunch of thank yous and shout outs to some awesome individuals and excellent content creators who you should check out and have contributed a ton of excellent feedback to the channel and its videos, which has helped me out a great deal. If you guys want to do me a favor, be sure to check out Mr. Coolman229. Thank you, sir. Coolman makes videos about the quality of various pop culture topics, both movies and video games, and I can assure you, unlike 99% of the internet, his takes are actually original and will undoubtedly prove to be a breath of fresh air for many of you. Check out his channel, he makes great stuff. Next, Mr. Metal Gear Mando. Thanks, pal. Mando makes videos on various discussion topics surrounding the pop culture industry. If you check out his channel, I promise by his editing quality alone, you'll know he's a severely underrated channel. Definitely check him out. Finally, a British Potato. Thanks a million, buddy. Potato tends to give me a helping hand with the videos from time to time, taking some of the load off my shoulders when it comes to the audio editing. He's also got his own channel where he primarily calls out and responds to bullshit on the internet about movies, video games, or whatever. But he also does reviews of his own as well. Be sure to check out his channel, you won't regret it. Now, what a lot of you are probably waiting for me to talk about, videos! What can you expect going forward? Well, whatever you like about this channel, I can promise you that you should expect a lot more of it. Dialing the clock back about 3 months, when I said I was done with the MCU, make no mistake, I meant it. Though I did say there would be very few exceptions. Very, very few exceptions. And one of those exceptions, well, let's just say I never considered as part of the MCU in the first place.
You want to know about Daredevil?
Oh yes, I've got a lot to say on that. I also said I would talk more about the MCU's Infinity Saga. I actually, just for shits and gigs, started writing a Thor Ragnarok video, but I never got around to finishing it. I'm sure a lot of you know how I feel about Taika Waititi. And from what I'm hearing, Thor Love and Thunder is starting to wake up a lot of people to that hack. So who knows what's going to happen with that, but speaking of finishing, I actually got a lot of blowback on my MCU box office video regarding Iron Man 3, which has honestly lit a fire under my belly to go back and finish burning that steaming pile of stinking fecal matter once and for all. Also, I did mention there's an Avatar video coming out, probably several in fact, depending on how things go. I'm also planning on venturing into anime in the not too distant future, likely to make videos about Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Rest in Peace, Kazuki Takahashi. Also, there's a whole bunch of videos I'd like to make on retro Marvel movies, Blade 2 for instance, just had its 20th anniversary. More of the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, since I know many people are enjoying the 3-hour video that I put out that really wasn't meant to be 3 hours, but it just turned out that way. Fucking nightmare to put together, but I'm glad I got it done. It's actually my personal favorite video that I put out. And from what I've been hearing, people seem to think it's the best. So rest assured, you're going to get plenty more on the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. And finally, what a lot of you are probably waiting for me to talk about, Star Wars. I've got several videos in mind for Star Wars. There was actually a current state of Star Wars video that I was planning on making. A Qui-Gon Jinn video that I also wanted to make in light of talking about the worst character in Star Wars recently. I thought I could maybe do a video talking about who I think is the best. But most importantly, I want to make videos reviewing the Star Wars prequels in full, intricate detail. And more to that point, I really want to make a video about George Lucas that basically tells the truth about one of the greatest filmmaking minds of all time, who has been lied about on the internet ad nauseum. I think that video probably has the biggest point that I want to make and put out there. But finally, I know what you're waiting to hear me talk about. Revenge of the Prequels. If it's still happening, am I going to make another one? Yes, absolutely. Well, where is it, you might ask, since I haven't made one in years? To put it bluntly, it's still on hiatus. Actually, if you must know, I did really strongly consider doing Revenge of the Prequels for this very occasion. But I decided that it just wasn't the right time. I want to keep building the channel first by using other means. But make no mistake, I absolutely fully intend to finish the series. Mostly because I really want to see it through to the end, but also so I can stop copping an earful every time I post something about, "Where's Revenge of the Prequels, NOMZ?" I hope this clip sums up my mindset on what I'm doing with the series.
You may not believe this, but I want satisfaction as much as you do. But not at the expense of our cause. There will be a time for revenge. And until then, stay the course.
So I do apologize for the wait, and I hope you understand, but make no mistake, Revenge of the Prequels will return. But for now, I hope you look forward to the next video, and once again, thank you all so much for 50,000 subscribers, for supporting the channel, enjoying my video. It's incredibly humbling to know how much you are loving the content, and I cannot wait to make more for you. Next stop, 75K, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time.